What's up, y'all? Hope y'all having a blessed day. Today, I'm going to talk through a concept that I first heard of in Iyanla Vanzant's book, Trust, and see what y'all think about it. Essentially, she breaks down our view of the world and how we interact with it into two different lenses, the ego and the negative ego. To paraphrase her definition, the ego is the portion of our minds that keeps us aware of the positive, neutral, and logical consequences of our possible actions and lived experiences, while the negative ego is a subsection of the ego itself that imposes upon us the sometimes irrational negative consequences of our actions and experiences. You can think of this as the difference between wanting to try something new, knowing that you're going to make a mistake, but that you'll learn from that mistake for the next time you try it, and wanting to try something new, knowing that you're going to make a mistake and embarrass yourself and look like a fool in front of everybody present. So you're better off not trying it at all. Does that sound familiar, y'all? It sounds familiar to me. But Iyanla states that the negative ego exists to protect us from anything that we would deem a threat to our survival. So in the example I just used, the threat would be looking like a fool in front of others, or to get to the root cause, alienation and the reduction of social status, right? So like most things, the negative ego has its uses, but should be applied through the lens of logic, which in this case might prove difficult because, as you may have guessed, the negative ego is driven by negative emotion, and the heart is oftentimes more persuasive than the brain. Iyanla states that the negative ego is born in us the first time we experience fear or hate, and that it thrives on the belief that we are lacking or incomplete as a person, and that we have to do whatever it takes to survive and protect ourselves. Given that definition, I would assume that the negative ego is probably also born in us when we experience great sadness or any other heightened negative emotion, but you probably experience fear or hate earlier in life. So that's why she said that. Who knows? When we think about that belief in lacking or being incomplete as a person, it's pretty clear that that is totally juxtaposed to her definition of self-trust, which, in case you haven't seen my last video, is the belief that you have all of the internal and external resources necessary to make the best decision for yourself, regardless of what situation arises. And that even if you do make a mistake, you're resilient enough to push through. So someone can't tell you that they are trusting in themselves while also relying on the negative ego to make all of their decisions for them. Finally, to quote Iyanla, the negative ego doesn't want to change, and it certainly is not willing to trust in anything or anyone, not even you. And that sounds like a recipe to me for a lonely, closed-off life. But I can't say that I haven't experienced something similar to the concept of the negative ego in the past. What about y'all? Have y'all experienced this? Does this concept resonate with you? How have you dealt with things like the negative ego in the past? Let me know. I'm out of here. Peace.